Get out my husband's way. If you're not trying to date with intentionality, the door. Literally, right? If you're not trying to get to know me, if you're not trying to text me, if you're not trying to email me, if you're not trying to ask me questions that build up to becoming personal questions, then you're really in my husband's way. You're really in the way. You're blocking the flow of where my husband's supposed to see me at. You're blocking it. If you're not trying to be intentional with the questions you're asking, guess what? You're in the way of my future husband, period. Number 2, and you really need to do this before you start dating somebody. Work on healing yourself. Work on that broken heart that your wife gave you, AKA your ex-wife, right? But she gave it to you while she was your wife. I guarantee you. Work on that. Work on the debt that you have. This is all a part of working on yourself. Work on your mental health. Work on the blockages where we have anxiety or depression. Work on, I don't know, sweating some. Like, it is like clinically proven, if you just go on a walk, if you get outside in nature, you will feel better. Your mental will improve. You won't be cloudy. You won't be foggy. Like, this will help you. So when I say work on yourself, I mean the whole gamut of who you are. Because if not, you're in my husband's way. Literally, like, and I say do this before you even start to get in a relationship with somebody who you deem as somebody that could be your wife in the future. Because if you're not already working on this stuff, it's gonna take a lot for you to get in the mode of like, okay, I met this girl who could be my wife, and let me start now to get better. Sometimes I do understand that a new person in your life that you actually like can be the catalyst for you to jumpstart where you need to be. Because before you didn't have that motivation. But sometimes you have to motivate yourself, because your next person that you are supposed to be with, they're going to want to see that you're a self-starter, that you're a self-motivator, that they can depend on you, that they see a leader in you, right? And somebody that, we're not always looking for leaders that can lead us, but somebody that has leadership qualities that we can stand beside, period. So work on yourself, ideally before you get in a relationship, because if not, you're in my husband's way. Number 3, be financially stable enough to date. What this actually means in my mindset, do you have enough money to go out on at least one date a week? So what I mean by that, and you can take me to Cheesecake Factory, okay? Because it's busting over there. You don't need to take me to where, I don't know, Tony Roma's, Ruth Chris, because I can slam down in the kitchen better than that, like for real. So take me to the Cheesecake Factory, take me out on a picnic date, tell me to bring the wine, tell me to bring the charcuterie board, you bring the wine. Like, dating somebody, and the thing is, dates don't really cost that much, like, but I do want to caveat this. Like, if you ask a woman to Jamba Juice, you happen to show up after her, and while she's waiting for you, she places her order. And then when you get up, you're like, hey, when you finally get to the door, you're like, hey, do you want me to buy you something? I'm like, no, I already bought myself something, and you don't even buy yourself something. That means you didn't have enough money to buy me something, period, right? Or really, like, was you really trying to date somebody, get to know somebody? Or the other caveat is, if you go on a date with someone you just met and you say something in the realm of this, like, I've been on so many dates already with so many girls that I feel like they use me for meals, I'm not going to pay for this first date. And when I tell you, I will look at you like a broke, busted, crusted over like cornbread, disgusted man, and I'm going to pay for the first date. And that will be the first and last time you see me. Because I don't mind spending money on a man. Even if I'm trying to get to know him, I don't know him that well yet. We've talked on the phone a couple times. We decided we want to see each other. I actually have no problem paying for the first date. But if you go into the date like that, you really is living in your van, I promise you. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. You really are couch surfing around here. You're really a hobosexual, as in you're looking for somebody to give you a hand up and a leg out. Or maybe it's a handout. Whatever it is, you're looking for that. So back to be able to afford one date a week. And I'm telling you, regular women are not saying take me to somewhere that's not a chain restaurant. You can take me to Olive Garden. You can take us to Red Lobster. We like Cheddar Bay biscuits. Like, is it, like, number one, why is it called Cheddar Bay? Because my whole entire life I thought it was cheddar baked. But anyways, like a simple person, someone that's probably going to be your wife or has qualities of your next future wife or your first wife, I don't know. She's not gonna mind Cheddar Bay biscuits. She's not gonna mind Red Lobster. She's not gonna mind TGI Fridays. We eating good around here and on a budget. So I'm just saying, if you don't have money to do that, you are in my husband's way. Get out the way. Like, if you can't afford one date a week, get out the way. One date a week, a month, get out the way. Because I want to let you know, real women, when they see you trying, they see you talking to them, they see you texting them, emailing, FaceTiming, calling, you inviting them out for a walk somewhere, maybe to a botanical garden, maybe let's do a picnic in a park. You're putting in effort. That's the most important thing in a relationship, especially a relationship that has a future, right? So I guarantee you, there's gonna be women that's just like, oh man, he's putting in effort. He's paid for this date. I wanna pay for the next date. Where you wanna go, baby? Cheesecake? Let's go. I'll make the reservation. And sometimes you can't make a reservation. But anyway, like, I'm telling you, when a woman sees, your future wife sees that you're putting in the work, you not in her husband's way. You, the husband, probably, right? And I'm not saying that when you meet somebody, they gotta be your next husband, but do they have the qualities of someone that you would deem as dateable, someone that you would deem as relatable, someone that you would deem as, I can talk to them, I should be in a relationship with them probably within the next, make it official, within the next like 3 weeks, 3 months, whatever it is, whatever your timeline is, you're not in their way, you're helping them out. Like, I finally found somebody that I can talk to, that I can decompress with, that I can like just, you know, tell at my day. You're not in my husband's way then. You in my life, and we're gonna make a way, period. So number 4, you need to be ready for love. If not, get out my husband's way. When I say ready for love, if you're doing all 3 of those other things, you're dating with intention, you're working on healing yourself, and you are financially stable enough for at least 1 date a week, you need to be ready for love. You need to be in expectation of women, like expecting women to come into your life, whether it's at Walmart, the gas station, a job interview, like you coming across your future wife. Be in expectation of, I am expecting greatness, great women to come into my world, a woman that is compatible with me, someone that we actually can talk about a lot of things. We may not be the perfect match, but we can make it work. Be in expectation for that. Be ready for love and know that I can meet someone that I'm attracted to, that I actually like, but there's going to be challenges. So I'm not going to walk away at the first challenge. I'm not going to walk away at the 5th challenge. Because when you bring 2 different people together, you're going to butt heads, especially 2 different people from different lives, 2 different upbringings, two different tax brackets. Like, you're meeting in the middle. You're meeting in the minds in the middle to make it work so that you both are in each other's way, to make each other's life better for each other together, right? So be in expectation for that. And also just here's a little caveat. Here's like a key, a check mark. Don't hate women. If you're dating women and you really don't like them, you need to get some counseling. And also, like, if you have baggage from your last wife, your last relationship, a woman leaving you, a woman punching you in the face, I don't know. Maybe you should get some counseling and also be working on yourself while you're dating. Like, it's okay to be going to a counselor, seeing somebody, and dating somebody. I am actively doing that. Like, literally, like, I'm making myself better, not for this relationship, but for myself, right? And also, it's making me better in the relationship if I make myself better, period. So, just know that. Get out my husband's way if you're not doing all of this. And that's not just for me, that's for any women, woman, whatever. And for any man, vice versa. You can like invert all that. Like, get out his wife's way if you're not trying to date with intentionality. If you're not financially stable enough to take him out on a date once a week. If you're not working on yourself physically, mentally, financially, if you're not working on your debt that you have, like if you're not working on the hole that you have in your heart that's almost the size of your heart, get out her way, basically. So anyway, so that's what it is and that's what it ain't. Thank you.